about Florida.
Rise and shine. Cousin Adam, nothing to do with the press. Remember, what was that, the press and Alan, with the bounce of the music? It didn't be this fun. You couldn't be this excited to be able to have a conversation. But I am. I'm that excited. Conversation with Collette on this Friday. And we entered into Freestyle Friday. People 7 and 8, we have the Sun and Band and 3 days for this time. 8 to 9, we have freestyle. We're talking about any and everything that you want to talk about because I know that there are a lot of things that you want to talk about. Everything is happening in the news. I know you probably are thinking that this is like the world is coming to an end. I know you are. But the rest of us prepare that conversation, we need to call it 313-843-42. 313-803-51. 313-843-36. But I just want to share with you this morning, wherever you are, whatever situation that you're in, you stay grateful. You stay thankful. You stay appreciative. And make sure that when you see that, you believe that it starts on the inside first. And that no matter what the situation is, it's all good. I was having a great conversation with my sister, cousin, a great morning to you. I so appreciate our relationship and her transparency. She's going through stuff and feel some kind of way about it. And I asked her, let's just change the narrative. And you're going through it, and the solutions are getting for you. And in the midst of everything that is happening, you are in Houston, and you are safe. You are in Houston, and your house wasn't touched. You are in Houston, and your car is operable. More important, you are in Houston, and you have your life. And your children are safe, and they are in their right mind, and they understand the lesson in God's grace and compassion and mercy, because all the stuff should have been taken away. When all the stuff is taken away, we think that's what defines us. We put our energy into all that stuff. You see the thousands upon thousands who have been impacted just by the natural disaster. And you talked about that. When the natural disaster and the man-made disaster collide. And you all see it. Look, we have 3 hurricanes. 3. You got Harvey, you got Sophia, you got Irma, and it's one more they were talking about off the coast yesterday. Was it Joe and something that's brewing someplace? Everyone, please, peace and blessings to you and your family off of Florida, off of Turks and Caicos. What is that? The small islands, Bermuda, like 90% of their housing was destroyed. There's a prime minister on talking about it.
Being silly.
Yes, but that's one way. Then let's go to the left. I'm looking at the map. Let's go to the left. You have 8 counties that are being hit in California. 8 cities in California that are being hit by this rush of fire, this explosion of fire that's just taken over. You all see what's happening around us? And then I'm going to add in the man-made dynamic, because a lot of all this to be a distraction.
And then
it's a distraction to get you not focused on what is actually happening. Things happen to get your attention. We talk about that whole biblical story of Noah and the ark, and getting people ready and giving them the opportunity to be saved. And I'm talking about the literal knowing God for yourself and the physical being saved. You all remember the story when you were young and you saw the actual depiction of it, the visual depiction of it, that Noah was out. And then, I think it was a couple years ago, they had a movie, like the version Noah. And you saw people just kicking in, they were doing their thing, and Noah was like, come on now. He had a little family, and there's some like they're crazy, and everyone was like judging this thing, and and everyone felt like, oh, we missing out on something in the family. He was like, just hold on. Just help us with this brick and this wood and build this ark. Come on, just one brick, one ark at a time, one little brick at a time. Come on, we got it. And then you all saw that one raindrop fell. And then next thing you know, they were engulfed with water. And then what did you see? You saw the bridge coming up on at the edge of sealing the ark, sealing them in, keeping them covered from everything that is happening around us. So I want us to think about the metaphor in that, and the actual and the spiritual component. Because no matter what is happening around you, you can be covered in it. share with me. You all can get your campus on speed dial. There is especially anyone in a national platform that you can pick up the phone and call. So you need to tell me that if some man is selfless enough to give his time to us, to give his talent to us, to give his spiritual direction to us, just get that. It is a privilege for me. And I think you should look at it as a thing, because I know that there's nobody else that you need to listen to or you need to follow that you can have access to. And if the Spirit of God is in you and you're sincere in your effort and you really want to learn, all that confrontation goes out the window. I know a lot of us were raised to believe that we have this doctrine, that we've been indoctrinated, that you have to argue, that you have to be abrasive and forceful. I learned in my life that doesn't get me what I need. So if I'm calm enough, which is the energy that I want to present to you, that I can ask the questions and we can get the answers that we need. And you can say, well, guess what? That doesn't go with what I've been taught, but let me see if it makes sense. That's all it is. Not just every aspect of your life. I'm happy to introduce this because we're about to welcome Son of Man into the conversation. But I think it's something no matter where you are in your life, who you believe that you are determines how you interact with everyone. And for the last several weeks, we've been having these conversations about if we believe we are somebody, that it's inside of us, that the change will happen because we believe that it will. That we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. Not because of some statistic, not because the government said, not because they won't let me, none of that. That if you live in that space, like I hear you all, you stay in that space. You stay right over there in that space, and you see where that takes you. But if you believe in something, and you're so strong about it that you can stand alone, and it'll be okay. You can scream it to the mountaintop, and then it's okay. That you can be who you are and what you believe, and that it's okay. And if the closest people around you don't get it, if the closest people don't say, you know what, you're saying something that makes me better. You're saying something that I might not have thought of about myself, but you know what, you're right. And if I want to be a part of your life, if I want us to grow together, if I want us to be better together, I need to look at it and I need to check myself. So for all of you who felt that you were checking me, not a problem. I am human. What's a human league? We need to be on the beach Shazam or whatever that thing where they play the song and people to know I'm only human. Human league did a song. I'm only human. And so I'm open to that. But I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to yell and scream and fight. I'm too mature for that. This ain't that. I'm not doing that. And I'll implore you that if you want to be better in your life, if you want to move on from your current condition, you need to think the same thing. So in this morning, before I bring the Son of Man on, I want to set this tone yet again. We're talking about when natural disaster meets man-made events. And specifically, we were talking about this whole component of now the Dream Act. And we talked about it yesterday. I introduced it to you. It came from President Obama and his administration, and in which he was giving, and I gave an overview, let me give it to you again, because we talked about living in the shadows. And the Dream Act, to me, brought up the conversation for individuals who talked about those who lived in the shadows. And so specifically, this was deferred action for child arrival. It was the American immigration policy in 2012, and it allows certain illegal immigrants who enter the country as minors to receive a renewable 2-year period of deferred action from deportation and eligibility to work. And so I asked you all if you even thought about that. If you thought about the people who live in the shadows every day, who are one step away from being removed from this ideal life, from obtaining this American dream, as they presented on TV. And then I actually want to go a little deeper because, we symptom issues. We have to do deeper dives here. We actually do that here as part of our conversation. And the deeper dive is there's tons of us who live every day in the shadows. Every day we live in the shadows, begging for someone to see us a lot of times, begging for someone to identify with us, begging for someone to give us a resource, begging for someone to give us an opportunity to be better You're just constantly being given information, said information, and you believe it. You believe it and you don't even question it. You digest it, and everything around you looks the same. And everyone tells you that you can't. And then you're just in that position of life, and you believe that that is it for you. But this is the class that I was born into. This is the class that I will stay in, and this is the class that when it's time for me to leave this physical, that this is where I'll be. And when you started back to school and you are preparing your young people, please do not put that spirit in them. Wake them up every morning, even if you don't feel like it. Wake them up with a positive attitude. Wake them up with a great morning cue. It's going to be an amazing day. You know you're brilliant. You are amazing. You can do all things. You speak life into that child, even if you don't feel it. I shared with you all last week. Don't you even feel better? Doesn't it even permeate on the inside when you speak out positive words, words of affirmation, words of encouragement? Doesn't that make you feel good on the inside versus, oh, I can't. Oh, what they said. Oh, well, look at that. Man, stop it. It'll give me a shot. I was having a great conversation with the team here, and I'm going to just put it out there. That's just like what John just told me. Man, if you don't believe you're the Powerball, no one else will. You're the Powerball. You all see the Mega Millions, and it's worth $400 million, whatever the case may be. That's you. And you walk into your life, you're like, that's you. My dad used to tell me when my parents met that they were in college. And they would teach him about how he stood when he walked into a room. My mom said they say, well, he acts like he owns the room. He thinks he's somebody. And my dad said, I do. I believe that I'm somebody, and I believe that I own the room. And growing up, I would see my dad in traveling. And you know, when you're at the airport and they ask the people to go, and like if your first class or whatever, and we might have a regular seat, and here my dad jumps up. And I'm like, Dad, they didn't call our section. He's like, okay, bye. Next thing you know, my dad's at the gate. They're ushering them all in down the ramp, and he's waving bye. And now I look back like, he said, you have to believe that's who you are. That's the energy that you have to give people. And so it's with that I can now welcome in the Son of Man, because he believes and knows who he is. And if you have a problem with that, then that's your problem. It's not his problem, and it surely isn't mine. So in the words that bring back my Alaikum, Son of Man, great morning to you.
Wa alaikum assalam. And the same to you, Sister Collette. I want to say to those of our people who are listening and hungry and thirsty for their understanding of Allah's righteousness that we call Holy Scriptures. That's what the Scriptures are. They are instruction in righteousness. I greet all of you. May Allah, salam alaikum. I want to say that, I'm not surprised that the people, that you all don't, the majority of the people, they don't receive me so well. If they did, I would be concerned because the scripture said that I would be rejected. It didn't say that I would be accepted. That's in the book of Luke. So while you think that you're discouraging me, you are not. You're actually reinforcing to me what Jesus said in the 17th chapter of Luke. He said in the 22nd verse, and he said, the days will come when you shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and you shall not see it. He told his disciples they wouldn't even see my day because he was 2,000 years ahead of time. Then he said, and they shall say to you, see here or see there, go not after them, nor follow them. For as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. And what he was comparing me to was the physical sun. The sun shines not on the whole earth at once. It shines on one part from the east to the west in the different hemispheres of the earth as the earth turns. And so likewise, that's the way I am when it comes to the Holy Scriptures. I shine light of understanding on the books of God that other people have only been guessing at. And so it says, but first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. So people do all kind of things to me. You know, I've learned to take it with a grain of salt. You know, even those who supposed to be my followers, they disappoint me all the time. They, the minute I think I'm got one I can trust, they go and do something and show me that, no, you can't trust me either. But anyway, I suffer these things to learn to trust only in Allah. I see why Allah said, put your trust in him and not in the children of man. So is it but first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, and they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Now, even that last verse, Jesus was letting you know that he wasn't the Son of Man that he was talking about. That's why he said the Son of Man had to be revealed. But anyway, now I'm here revealing myself. And if you don't like it, that's on you. Name a prophet that you did like. Name one prophet that the world didn't call a fool. Now, this is your chance to show how smart you are, when the only thing you're actually doing is showing me how dumb you are. You see, you used to people talking to you because they want to get their hand in your pocket. That's why your preachers and all of them, they talk so sweet to you. And they know you all messed up. But they don't dare tell you you got to straighten up, man, if you want to be in my church. Man, you got to straighten up if you want to follow me. Because they know you'll leave. And you go out saying, oh, no, that man, who you think he talking to? You don't tell me what to do. If you get behind me, I'm going to tell you what to do. And if you don't want me telling you what to do, stay away from me. And that's now this stuff, these you notice they call the disasters that's hitting America. If they had been in the days of Noah, they would have called the flood a natural disaster. If they had been in the Sodom and Gomorrah when the earth puked up on them and rained down that lava on them, they would have called that a natural disaster. They never say God is doing it. It's a natural disaster. Yeah, well, you got all these. You ain't never seen hurricanes do like you just saw Harvey do. That hurricane didn't just follow its track and then kept on moving. As it was coming to the shores of America, it was traveling at 10 miles an hour. Then it slowed down to 8 miles an hour, like it was parking. And then it parked. The Holy Quran says, see they not that we are visiting the land? Do you know what a visit is? That's when people come and sit for a while. And let me tell you something. These hurricanes that you see, these three, that Katrina, Jose, and this latest one, Irma, they still don't know exactly where Irma going. They just, they're all confused. Now, it's one thing that you have to remember. Yes, man can make disasters. Then why is it that he think God can't make none? Because he wants you to think, and when I say man, I'm talking about the man of sin, white man. This man here, I want you to hear what he said. See, you can't, that's the one thing about speaking. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told me, He said, think 5 times before you speak. That is just another way of saying, look, once the word come out your mouth, ain't no sense you talking about you gonna take it back, or you can't draw that back. That's a thought that you had that's out there. Now this man forgot himself, and he told the truth about what is really been going on against me and my people. I mean, you and I have been wearing blinders. We always making excuses for things that's right in front of us. Well, it ain't. He didn't mean it. He didn't. Oh, yes, he meant this. Listen to him, and listen to the tone that he used.
Tonight, video you'll only see here on Channel 2 Action is a Cobb County police officer making some controversial comments, to say the least, during a traffic stop. He's now on administrative duties while the department conducts an internal investigation. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Woody obtained the video through an open records request. Use your phone. It's in your lap right there. I just don't want to put my kids down. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right?
You see, now they don't want to talk about this with none of us that can really see and talk back to, well, you know, you talk that talk about you not scared of white people or whatnot, but I'm down here in Mississippi saying what I say. Where you at? Allah have taken the fear out of me. Because dying, you know what? You know, if I got to live up under these kind of people and can't be a man, then I'm better off dead. But I know one thing. I can talk back. Yeah.
Why do you think we fear being free?
Well, it's the fear of death. You know, that's the one thing that our people been dancing around. But when we was growing up in this country, our mothers and fathers drilled into us how to act when we go out into the public. Look, don't you be out there looking up in white people's face. This was the common teaching for everybody that was in the South. Those who went up north, they got the same. They took that up there with them. You know, them white folks gonna kill you, boy. That's the way they talk. And then the white man, he just kill you from time to time just to show you that he still can do it. But what he didn't tell you is that he only got authority over those who follow him. I'm not his follower. I don't live my life according to white people's dictation. I live my life according to the dictates of Almighty God Allah. And Allah told him he ain't got no authority to kill me. Why you think I talk like I talk? It's not, this ain't no game. You sitting up worried, looking at all our people worried about what the white man gonna do to them. Afraid that he will come and get them. I'm not afraid he gonna come get me. No, them hurricanes coming to get him. Got him on the highway now, running him out of Florida. And it ain't even there. They don't even know if it's coming there. They just think that's where it's going. Allah is so in control now that he showed you that he could stop a hurricane and just park it. He could slow them hurricanes down, let them catch up with each other, and let them take a holding pattern like a plane waiting to land or whatnot, and let them just sit there and spin. That's the God who I represent. And I'm not worried about this little old puny white man and what he think he gonna do to me. Nor none of you who love him so much that you would kill me for him. I ain't worried about you either. So, you know, this police officer, he just finally just came out. Allah made him confess for me so I could show it to you. He said, we don't kill white people. We only kill black people. I told you, if you want to be safe, you get behind me and let me speak for you. But no, you want to be seen and heard. That's why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that about Minister Farrakhan. If you go back, once you go back and you listen to the theology of time, you will hear the messenger. He said, I'm far from being that man that just wants to be seen and heard. He said the job is too hard for that. But what did he say about Minister Farrakhan? Because he knew when he gave him that name and didn't tell him what it meant. He said, everywhere you see him, look at him. Everywhere you hear him, listen to him. Everywhere he advised you to go, go. Everywhere he advised you to stay from, stay from. Why? Because that is what this world do. They give you advice that they don't even follow themselves. And all your leaders, they stand up and tell you how much they love you. And I tell you what, they love you so much. How come they don't give you their phone number and tell you to call them anytime, day or night? If they love you so much, why they don't come out here? They hear me talking to you like this about them. How come they don't come out and say, hey, man, wait a minute. What you saying about me here? What are you saying? That I'm purposely lying to people? I'm not lying to people, and I can prove it. And then he have a dialogue with me. I even offered to let them host my broadcast, and I would speak when they gave me permission, just like I did you. And yet you choose to talk about me behind my back, try to put larceny in people against me. You won't talk to me, but you go to other people and try to talk me down to them. That's a cowardly, childish act. Even white people don't deserve me talking about them behind their back. And if they want to confront me about it, then I'm going to punk out. No, if I say something about them, they got a right to come in here and confront me. And I have a duty to let them. That's why I don't understand how they go and find all these people, throw a microphone in some dead Negro's face and ask him what his opinion is. They hear me giving my opinion all the time. How come they don't come ask me? Because they really don't want to have a serious dialogue. We're talking to a Negro is like talking like one of them, Mr. Tyler's brother is a ventriloquist. It's like him talking to that dummy. He put words in the dummy's mouth, and he, Lester, what was his name? Lester Earl? Yeah. Well, he put words in the dummy's mouth. The white man put words in your mouth, and you parakeet back to him what he told you. Then he pretends that he's interviewing you. No, that dog won't hunt here. He talked to me. He know he ain't talking to his dummy. No, no. This that you see happening is the scripture jumping off the page. In the Holy Quran, it says, "See they not that we are visiting the land?" That's why I used Harvey as an example. Now that hurricane didn't just hit, it visited. It stayed around a while. And they say, we ain't never seen this before. No, and this, you ain't gonna see it again. It's the end of your world, man. And you want to know why? We only kill black people. We, you said. Then why he the only one got laid off? And then here you go trotting up there to the mayor, who said, well, we laid him off. We gave him a leave. Now we fired him. Yeah, what you mean him? You fired him. He didn't say I only kill black people. He said we only kill black people. Now we understand why the governor of Michigan ain't been arrested, who took the city over and put them people on that water system. And he knew that it was bad when he ordered that his lackeys, he told them, you need to drink bottled water. We only kill black people. And now you got scientists, you got white scientists telling you that that's their plan. He told on them because you done forgot something. The earth is the Lord's, the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. Everybody on this planet belong to me. And now those who are mine, that and they was born to give me and be my hands and my arms and my legs. They all telling now what they've seen. They bearing witness. Now I can make you bear witness. Make anybody I want bear witness. And that's what you're mad about. Even though the book told you that the Lord was black. It says the sun became black as sackcloth of hair. And the moon became as blood. You know, I don't have to choose people. You hear people all the time. You know, I'm God's, we God's chosen people. Now, everybody that you done heard say that, other than the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, didn't know what they was talking about. God's chosen people was called prophets. Every one of them was called and chosen and faithful. Now, those were my chosen people, and I chose to be and stand up and represent them. And that's why you hate me, because you hated them. And that's why I told you, you trying to do to the Lord of Jesus what you did to Jesus. You trying to do to the Lord of Moses what you did to Moses. The Lord of Isaiah, you trying to do to me what you did to them. And you in for a shock. Because you ain't going to do nothing to me. Now, all y'all belong to me. Even you who hate me so much. Them who hate me in Florida, they on the way. You see, they're on the highway. They hit the road, Jack. Then they got a line from Florida to Georgia. And then they're going to discover out of the frying pan into the fire. Oh, you don't know what you done. We only kill black people? Okay, what is the question?
Now, can you talk a little briefly about the end of the world?
Oh.
So when you see all of these devastations, is it the literal sense of the world or the figurative sense of life as we know it, government as we know it? Is it a combination? Can you speak on that?
No, the end of the world is not talking about the end of the earth, nor the end of the people. The world is the current system of things, the governments and the way of life that people have become accustomed to. That's the world that's ending. It's just like, you notice you used to hear them talk about sports as the wide world of sports. Well, the wide world of sports is just another world inside of the world that is known as the capitalism and communism. And all of these are worlds of the current world order of things. As this Caucasian has been given, he had been given dominion to do things his way. And so all the things that you see going on the earth, just like people say, why did God let that happen? God didn't let that happen. The Caucasian, the rulers, let these things happen. They are the ones that have been in charge for the past 6,000 years. Now, the mind that they had to rule, that mind has now reached its term. That's why you see all of the confusion in the heads of state now. You hear the man in Korea, for instance, talking about, a man sitting on an island talking about waging nuclear war. I mean, just crazy. And then you hear a man that's in the most powerful nation on earth, which is the United States, sitting down entertaining that man, talking about getting in some back and forth with him as though he's some kind of threat to America. That man ain't no threat to America. That man is a threat to his own people. But anyway, this is the level of consciousness that they are on now. You have people who just doing things that you never thought you would see, and that's why you see the forces of nature now have been like the ice melting and all of that, and being added to the water table because I'm here. Remember, it says I have reserved the snow and the hail and the ice for the day of battle and war. Well, in righteousness, I make war. I declare war on all of the false religions. And it's not a war of bullets and bombs and bloodshed. It's a war of truth against lies. And that's what I have to, that's the war I'm waging. It's called holy war. And, they even, you notice the people who was going around committing terrorist acts and stuff. When you heard me say to the whole people who claim to be Muslims, I said, if you are a Muslim, you put them guns and them bombs and all that stuff down, and you get yourself back and help your people and let Allah deal with all these wicked people. That's why you ain't hardly hear about no terrorist acts no more. So some of them, I guess they really do believe in Islam. And so, as the Holy Quran tells them, they say they believe. And say, no, you don't believe. Say you submit. When they go to Mecca every year on pilgrimage, they make 7 circuits around that Kaaba. And on the 7th time, they go to the little black stone and kiss the stone and say, at your service. Well, that stone represent me. And they are supposed to bow down. Everyone is supposed to bow down and be at my service to bring in a new world. Now, I'm here to bring an end to this world that you have. That's why you notice, how many other men do you know of that can stand up and talk to the world and tell them that he's the Lord, and that and don't nobody come in and argue with him? It's not that people don't want to argue. They can't. And when you see one try, he wind up making a fool out of himself. I don't make a fool out of him. I just ask him questions. And pretty soon, you know that old saying, it is better to remain silent and be thought of as a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. The fool have said in his heart that there is no God. Now, how can I be that which they have said in their heart does not exist? To them, me saying I'm the Lord, it's like me coming up here saying I'm Santa Claus. Now, when you get somebody who really believe they Santa Claus, now hey, man, you ought to know better than that. Huh? Okay. Now, they don't believe there is a Lord. You hear them go to church talking about Jesus is Lord. Yeah, what was they saying when Jesus was here? Let him be crucified? Did they believe he was Lord? No. Look at Dr. King. They love him to death now, don't they? after they pull a bullet in his brain. And they've been, most of them been secretly hoping that somebody put a bullet in my brain. That's why these hurricanes hitting you. That's why you're having tornado outbreaks. Not just a tornado. They call them outbreaks now. So many of them hitting, they just, oh man, this is terrible. You ain't never seen 3 hurricanes licking the shores of these continents like they doing now. You ain't never seen that before. And you still haven't figured out that something is different about me. Why is all these things happening at the same time a man standing up introducing himself as the Son of Man? And why white people ain't saying nothing? I call them devils. They don't say they ain't the devil. They ain't coming in here saying I'm teaching hate. You pretty dense, ain't you? Whole pitiful thing. Here these people have told you they're trying to kill you, and the messenger told you you have a savior. I am your savior. But you don't want me. Poor pitiful thing, you. Sister Collette, let them call on up and give me they what fors and whereases and whatnot. You know.
And then you got the difference. Now I'm gonna put it out there to you all. Tell me if we function better was being confrontational. That's the kind of conversation that you want to have. I can create it. I can come up with all kinds of stuff. You want to go back and forth because when you have the opportunity to come in and keep pushing and fighting and talking and arguing with other men, all the lines are lit. When we sit and have civilized conversations where you can think and listen, and you all don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk. And the truth is, it's okay. If you just want to learn, then we can do that too. I thought that every conversation we have on these Fridays is to teach us something, a little more than what we do before, which is what it is. And so we can change the problem. I don't have a problem. I know that the church has created this opportunity to be able to have a different diverse dialogue. And if you want us to change it and say, okay, guess what? Because this is what I love to do. For next Friday, it's going to be Son of Man's Friday. So next Friday, well, I'll put it out there. Son of Man, it is your show next Friday. You will lead the conversation, whatever it is you want to talk about. Whatever, let's do that. Next Friday is your show. So instead of me sitting up here and say, okay, now it's like parading somebody out. No, next Friday you all Son of Man show. So we'll put that out. So if you want him to lead the conversation, why don't we'll switch it up a little bit. Because I really want us to be able to engage. And if it's just that we don't know what to ask, we don't know what to say, then let that be it as well. And we'll turn this into a lesson. I thought that addressing national issues, local issues, would create a space where you felt comfortable. And because Son of Man is verse, he could talk about it and then tie it to the scriptures, and then ultimately it becomes a learning tool for us. And that's not the way you want to go, because I mean, we're here to make it better for us. This is our conversation. And so that's why it's out there. I know our time is up with something. And so I put that out for us for next week. I know that he's going to have his conversation tonight. He's always extended to you. And so if that's just not what you search for, so be it. So be it. So maybe that's just where we are. With everything that's happening around us, and we specifically said, this is serious. If it has never been serious, it's absolutely serious. Right. This is the truth of where we are right now in America. And if we don't get to the point where we know what we want to do and how to do some things differently, we'll all care. Again, that Noah's Ark, the bridge is coming up, the closing of the door is coming up, it'll be sealed. And then that's it, you all. That's literally what it is. Son of Man, please intro what you'd like to discuss tonight, and we'll put up your time.
Well, I tell you what, I like the idea that you just put out there. I want everybody to know that Yeah, that's how I start all my meetings with people who have disagreements with me, if they want to put them out before I start a subject. So this is what we will do. Those who have some issues with me, write them down if you don't think you can remember them, and just tell me about it. If we can't be upfront with each other, how we gonna wind up being friends if we can't tell each other the truth? So, whatever problem you got with me, then next Friday, you just go down the list. And if it's something that, if it's something that I can change without offending Allah, I will. I ain't got no problem with correcting myself. If you found some fault in me, I ask y'all to tell me, what is it that you found wrong with me? And people say, well, you don't know how to talk to people. Well, I'm telling people the truth. Now, what do you want me to do? You want me to fix it up and put some clothes on the truth? Once you start adding to the truth to suit the one who's listening, then you have made it other than the truth. No, you don't dress the truth up. You tell the truth to the people, and let the people who love truth, they will love you. And those who don't love the truth, well, I don't know what you expect. So I look forward to you next week letting me know what your problem with me is. But if you tell me your problem is with me being the Son of Man, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Because, if you can prove that I'm not, you can get yourself $20,000. Now that should perk you up. I know y'all love money. So if you can prove I'm not the Son of Man, you get yourself $20,000 and be done did me a favor. Because I don't want to be what I'm not. But I think I'm that, so I'm acting like it. So you show me I'm not that, then I will beg your pardon, beg Allah's pardon, and hope that He have mercy on me. But right now, as far as I can see, I'm the Son of Man. Unless some of y'all know something I don't. Well, anyway, thank you, Collette, for being so gracious to let me be on with you. And I thank you all for showing respect. It is kind of refreshing that people are not cursing at me no more and whatnot. Never seen so many people say they righteous. And they arguing for Jesus and whatnot and letting all that profanity and stuff come out their mouth. What kind of righteousness you got? But anyway, thank you, Collette, for having me on again.
And look forward to that great conversation next week, everyone. Our time's up. Well,